Where you talk to customers matters. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. There's been a lot of stuff happening. Okay, we are in 2021, the first days of 2021, the second week, technically, of 2021, and in January. And what we're looking at right now historically is pretty amazing, because what's happening is the larger digital giants are doing an amazing job of cutting out very famous and powerful people off of their platforms. They cut out Trump off Twitter and Facebook, I think in the same day or very close to. They've cut down and cut the new Parler, which is a new social media outlet, kind of a quasi Twitter. They cut it out of the app stores, both within, I think, 48 hours of each other. It's amazing times, regardless of where you stand politically. The fact that all this stuff is happening is probably, my guess, will lead to a lot more diversification when it comes to online media sources, and online platforms are going to change quite a bit. At the same time, even Amazon.com, which handles a lot of the cloud storage, cut Parler out of their cloud storage platform. And I believe all these places pretty much said it's because they don't police the speech properly on their platforms. Like I said, I'm not going to get into whether that's right or wrong, or whether you're right or left, or pro-Trump or anti-Trump, or pro-Biden or anti-Biden. None of that's important right here for this discussion. It's important, but it's not important for right now. What I want to talk about is the fact that media does matter, and where you're trying to communicate with your audience matters a whole lot. And if you don't know your audience very well, you might very well be trying to communicate with them in the wrong place. I was speaking with a group earlier today, and they were they're looking to possibly get involved in either starting from scratch or purchasing a media outlet. And it's a pretty large one, but one that has both digital and physical media involved with it. I won't get into the details, but it's a very interesting idea. And the real question is, are the people that they were looking to communicate with, are those people using that platform, or interested, or possibly in the future interested in using that platform? I know that may sound a little odd, but I want to give you some context. So up until now, for the last two videos, we've been talking about kind of the process of how to determine how to go about speaking to your audience, how to find your customers, and so forth. And the method that you use is you focus on first who, which is the market. And then secondarily, then once you really know what market you're after, you want to focus on what, which is the message. What do you want that market, that who, to do? And after you figure that out, then you have a better understanding of what the media source should be. And oftentimes, when people are looking to do any form of advertising or marketing, they'll choose the media source first. They'll say, we got to be on Facebook, we got to be on YouTube, or what have you. And they're not fully really comprehending whether their market is going to receive the message properly on that media. So media source is really about the where and the when. Where and when are we going to be communicating our message to the media? Our what to the who? And that's the last step, not the first step. But once you've followed through on those first two steps, it'll give you a clearer understanding of where and how. So if, for example, you're attempting to get a hold of, I'm just saying, for the sake of the situation that's happening in the news today, let's say that the customers you're looking to get a hold of for this particular product that you're looking to sell is Trump voters. Let's say you're looking to get a hold of Trump voters. Now, you'll find a sizable amount on Facebook and Twitter right now. But it's dwindling, and it's switching quite a bit because of all the latest news. Whereas if you were to advertise on Parler, I'm not sure if we don't even know if it's going to be a stable platform in the long run. But you know that more than likely, if you're looking for hardcore Trump voters, you're going to find a whole heck of a lot over on the Parler area. So it's just an example to show you that if you really know your who well, and if you really know what you want them to do, then the media is going to, you're going to have a real dwindling on the media. And I'm not saying that every who that you have is exactly the same. You may have 100 different who's, but each of those who's you need to design a specific message for. And that message needs to be to each of those specific who's or style of who's into a specific area, into a specific media source. And you got to know that they're there or be able to test that they're there with the quantified message. See, if you understand the method behind this, it's a lot less troublesome than trying to come up with something that's just a blanket where you say, well, this is what I'm selling and this is what it does and so on and so forth, and just put it out everywhere. For one thing, that's expensive. That's why you see a lot of larger companies doing that type of thing on TV commercials and stuff. It's very large, it's very blanketed. What they want you to do isn't very clear. Sometimes you're not even sure exactly what they're advertising. But the more clear you can be as to who you're talking to, what you want them to do, and if you're hitting them in the right spot, then you'll know you have a place you could put more money and a message that you could put more money behind. As long as you got all the math working on the back end and you've got something that has a real market, that has real legs that you can make a profit off of, then you're going to win. That's all it really takes. But media does matter a whole heck of a lot. Now, if you want help with larger end strategies, you're welcome to hire me. But one thing I always offer people to do ahead of time before they even sit down to talk about hiring me is go and check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. Even if you're not looking at hiring me, you ought to check this out because it can help you do away with any form of competitive forces in your marketplace. Go get a free copy at AmazonProofBook.com. Hopefully that was all helpful to you. We'll be back here tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.